I'm here with my favorite cigar brand because they're veterans and they're amazing and they make great cigars. Warfighter Cigars, how's it going?
It's going great, man. How are you?
Pretty good, no complaints. How's the show going for you so far?
It's great. So this is our sixth show that we've done. And yesterday was amazing. Today's going really well also. But the cool thing about this show is we got some new cigars that we just dropped.
Tell us about them.
So we have our Victory cigar, which we've had out for a while, but now we finally have available for brick and mortars. And so this is our 4th edition Victory. It's a 6x54 closed foot torpedo. Comes in a 10-count box, and each individual one has its own coffin. And then the other cigar that we came out with.
Hold on there. What are you putting into these cigars?
Love. A whole bunch of love. So it's a Brazilian Matafina wrapper, Nicaraguan binder, and filler on this.
Glad I asked.
Usually it's part of how I describe it. For some reason, I felt a little intimidated by your presence.
I am intimidating.
Yeah, so this is our super premium. It retails for $17.76 because that's the price of freedom.
You can't deny that price. Even if you're like, it's really expensive, you're like, it's a great number though.
It is, and then the cool thing about these two, so we do these in limited production runs, and so that's why this is our 4th edition. As soon as we run out of this production run, we change the vitola, change the shape of the cigar, and then we'll come out with our 5th edition. And so essentially what we're trying to do is we're making it almost like a collector. And so we have guys that have everything from when the first one we released, which was just a regular 6x54 Toro, all the way up until the new one that we just came out with. And so they're collecting them, and it's pretty cool because like, I have to double check, but I don't even know if I have one of my original ones. So
it's like they got Opus and these on their shelves.
Pretty much.
Collector cigars.
Yeah. And I think these are better. We'll see. I mean, our slogan, it's on our business cards, it's right here. Probably the best cigar company.
I love it. And then what do you got here?
So this is one that's near and dear to our hearts. So we do a lot of stuff with a veteran nonprofit based out of Texas called Hero Sports. They take veterans and active duty guys, they get them outside, they sponsor softball tournaments, flag football, golf. They have an outdoor side where they do hunting and fishing trips and kind of like retreat style stuff. And they're based out of Texas, but they're active all across the United States. They just did a golf tournament in Hawaii last year. Like they're awesome. But we see the impact that has on active duty and veteran space. And so we wanted to figure out a way to work together. And the best way that we figured it out was, hey, let's do a cigar where we have proceeds, $1 per cigar goes back to the nonprofit to help fund these trips for veterans. And so it is a Mexican San Andreas wrapper, Nicaraguan binder and filler on the inside, medium plus, and amazing flavor throughout. These retail for $11 a stick. They come in 20-count boxes, and they're absolutely delicious. But those are the 2 new things we have, and then we have our 6 core lines that we've had out for since we started the company. Yeah. Everything a mild Connecticut, full body Oscuro Maduro. We have a Sumatra, medium body Maduro, and a Corojo and a Rosado that are kind of in between. We have our Minutemen cigars. They're a 4x44. They come in a 5-pack, about 25-30 minute smoke, long filler on the inside, and then all of our fun accessories that we do. We have 120 millimeter ashtrays.
This thing is heavy. Real artillery shells. Yep. How do you come by the shells?
So there's only one supplier. It's the U.S. military.
Yeah.
And it's funny because they're not cheap.
Yeah.
and people are like, oh man, that's really expensive. But I'm like, well, you should be proud of that. Yeah. I was like, because if I could get these from China, we'd probably be speaking a different language right now.
Exactly. I do have to say one thing. When it comes to like the descriptions of your cigars on your website, you guys do it better than anyone else.
Thank you.
They're fantastic. Go read the descriptions. They're phenomenal and sometimes funny.
We try to bring in the military side of things where it's kind of just a little, but it's kind of like not really cut and dry and to the point. But we try to get all the fluff out of it. Yeah. And then we try to bring a little humor into it too.
That you do.
And all of our social media, we do some, I wouldn't say inappropriate, but it's definitely not appropriate things. We like to have fun with it, because if you're not having fun, what's the point, you know?
When you're in the military, you develop a sense of humor that most people can't appreciate.
When things are tough and life sucks and everything's bad, you laugh. And you tell jokes.
About dead babies. All right, so one more question for you.
Yeah.
Back in January, we were hitting the peak of the greatest what's the word?
Cigar boom.
The greatest cigar boom. Yeah, the greatest demand for cigars ever in the history of cigars.
Okay.
How are you seeing the market today?
So for us, I don't like to say that we're special, but it's a little bit different for us. We have like kind of a cult following that loves and enjoys our cigars. Yeah. So as that expands, we see continued growth. When the kind of boom hit, like you're talking about in January, we definitely had a spike in everything that was going on. Instead of the spike continuing to grow, it's just gradually growing for us right now. I know I've talked to some other companies where their sales have dropped. I don't think that's more of an industry-wide thing. Right. I think that's more of maybe an internal or specific thing based on the companies.
I think people they're just being more selective with their money now.
They are.
They're like, I know what I like now, I'm going to buy that.
Exactly.
Instead of trying everything to see if there's something better out there.
And it's tough with us because, we're 6 years old, but in the cigar industry, we're new.
Yeah.
We're really new. So getting that person...
You're older than Placencia?
No.
Yeah. 5 years old.
Their cigar brand is. Their factory is...
100 plus.
Yeah, they started the cigar industry. But for us, one of the things my partner Scott says all the time, he goes, look, he's like, try our cigars because we're vets. Continue smoking them because they're damn good cigars.
I agree. Actually, I've never smoked one of your cigars.
Well, we'll fix that as soon as we get on.
Excellent. That's what I was hoping for. Thank you very much, Jon. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. That was fantastic.